Hello, and welcome back to my journey from normal to Norway. So, I've had an idea for a little while of something that I wanted to talk about, um, but it's a little ranty, and I didn't want to just rant about something just for the sake of it. So, I don't know, I kind of, I guess, like, held on to it a little bit until I thought of like a takeaway from it or an angle to go at it that would yield hopefully something positive. Because that's part of what I'm hoping to do here, is to lead myself and anybody watching this in a more just positive direction. So, anyway, we'll be ranting at the top here and then, hopefully leading to some actual like questioning and deep thought and hoping. So, here we go. The thing that I wanted to rant about that just really, was driving me crazy was this commercial that I saw. And I don't really have TV anymore. I'm mainly watching streaming things like Netflix or Hulu, especially Netflix. But the one time that I'm really watching something that has commercials is when I'm watching my Spurs games. And, sometimes like the streaming feed that's there is one that's like inside the arena. So, like, when there's timeouts and whatnot, you see like the games and stuff that they're actually doing there in the arena. And sometimes it's feeds that is like what you would see on TV. So, when they go to timeouts and whatnot, you go to commercials. And so, there's this one, and so I'm not sure if this is a regional commercial or a national commercial. I'm not entirely positive, but it's one that had been playing and then went away and then came back for reasons that you're about to hear about. So it's a Taco Bell commercial. So it's for a specific product that they had, and it was the rolled chicken tacos, which delicious, by the way. Um, and so, they'd had that food item for a little while and then it went away and then it came back, and it was this last time when it came back. So, I mean, I guess a couple months ago now at this point. Um, and when the rolled chicken tacos came back, this commercial came back. And so I was seeing it as I was watching the Spurs games, and it was just making me so angry. In a way that I don't think I was before when I saw it the first time around when it was out, which I think probably has to do with um, just the different mindset that I've been adopting and the different path that I've been on of like self-love and body positivity, and just really seeing a lot more worth in myself. And I think when those things were absent from me, I didn't really pick up on the things in the commercial that now make me quite mad. So, anyway, the commercial, there's this guy, and you see him, and he's like up in the mountains, and there's a voiceover of him talking about how, um, I'm an Instagram boyfriend, and, it's his life has been all about taking pictures of his girlfriend, which I have many thoughts and issues with that, but there we go. I'll put that to the side. And he starts to talk about, but now that Taco Bell has these rolled chicken tacos, he just doesn't have enough hands. And so he's like holding the chicken taco in one hand and holding a dip in the other hand. And then, you kind of hear or see, it's like cuts to like his girlfriend. And she is, of course, a like skinny white girl with like long straight blonde hair. That's obviously how she looks. Um, and she's saying sunset heart hands. And so it's like a picture from like the back of her. You're looking out over the sunset and the mountains, and she's holding up her hands in the shape of a heart, and she's yelling out sunset heart hands. And as the boyfriend is like struggling to figure out, like, wait, my hands are taken up with what I'm eating, and there's my phone in my pocket, I can't quite get to it, she starts to like yell at him, sunset heart hands, sunset heart hands. And then like he starts to say, what, let's just enjoy the moment. And she cuts him off and yells at him and says, just take the picture. And like, that's the commercial. And it's for the rolled chicken tacos. And that's fine. That's great. And like, but I was just so offended and upset watching the commercial this time around because I was just, and it's because of all of my, it's specific to me and like the work I'm doing on myself and like the issues that I've had with myself. And, I do have a difficult time sometimes, as I've said on here, about the fact that I'm, still very single at my age and all of that. But it was just such a bummer that like, and this is not all guys, but it seems to be the majority of guys, and it's what I've grown up observing is that the guys out there would pick a girl who looks like that over a nice girl who's going to treat them kindly and, with love and consideration, and would rather enjoy the moment with her boyfriend than be yelling at him to take this picture of her. Like, I just don't understand how being treated like that and yelled at like that would make a guy feel good, would make him feel loved, would make him want to be in that relationship. So I can only think that like he would choose to be in that relationship because she looks how she looks. And that's just so upsetting to me. And I think past me, and then also people who maybe just like are not as far along on the path towards, self-confidence and all of that, like it's really defeating. It like validates those thoughts that we've had about oh, the people we would want to be with wouldn't choose to be with us simply because of how we look. It doesn't matter who or how we are or how we would treat them. It's just based off our exterior. And our exterior is not matching up to what the world has told, us and the people we would want to be with, what beauty is and how we should look. So that's the like ranty part of it. It's just such a bummer. It just makes me sad. It makes me mad. But I'm also thankfully, as a result of the work I've done so far on myself and that I continue to do on myself, like, yeah, it can hurt me for a little bit, but I can get past it and just tell myself, nope, it's a lie. That's a lie. Don't believe it. Like, it's not true that, no good guys out there would choose me because I don't look like the girl in that commercial. So I can tell myself, like, no, I can acknowledge that's a lie. Don't believe it. Move on. So anyway, that's the ranty part. And what it kind of got me thinking about is the idea of beauty. And, we've all had definitions and examples and ideas of what the world around us has told us beauty is. We receive all these messages all day long from social media, from advertising, from other people in our lives, just from everywhere, about what beauty is. And we can tell from those messages coming at us whether we fit the bill or not. And, I'm just coming to accept and believe more and more that those messages are wrong. And that, there isn't one definition or one truth of what beauty is. And that there's room for each of us to define it for ourselves and to put the work in to maybe hopefully someday change globally what that truth is. I think we can begin with ourselves individually and then hopefully, influence the people around us, and then have them pass it on and have that grow and grow and grow until we've all accepted this new and different and more real definition of what beauty is. So I thought that just kind of opened up an opportunity for me and for you, whoever you are watching this, to kind of start that process of redefining it. So I'll start by sharing an idea that came to my mind, and this is, I would say, completely leaving the physical side out of it. I think we have ideas we've received about that. And I'm just not sure there's a way completely around it. I don't know. I haven't wrapped my mind around that part of it. Because I think I would rather it not be about that. I don't know that it's possible to 100% move away from that. So maybe instead of like asking people to disregard it, because the truth is you're attracted to who you're attracted to, you can't help that. But so not just saying like don't look at the exterior of people because that's kind of unrealistic, but to maybe make other parts of the definition of beauty more important, more valuable. So with that in mind, I want to kind of focus on the interior parts of it, or just things that don't have to do with physical appearance. So I'll start off and kind of share the idea that came to my mind. I was really thinking about beauty being in people who are really caring of others, who really have that consideration, who really truly consider um, the people around them and how their thoughts and words and actions and choices are going to affect everyone that they could possibly affect. So I just think it's really beautiful when people show that consideration towards others, when they show that caring, and you can feel it when people really truly care about you and are thinking about, what are you going through and are you okay? And, do you need help? Is there anything they could do to help? Or just all of those things. I just find that to be really incredibly beautiful. I really appreciate it when I receive that from others, and I try to give it to others. There's always room for improvement, of course. Um, I have my selfish times for sure. But as I think about defining that as a big part of beauty in my mind, it definitely encourages me to be better and to do better and to improve in that way and try to be, more caring and more considerate of others, and just try to grow and grow and grow in that area until it's just such a natural part of who I am and how I interact with people around me. So that's a big idea for me, part of my definition of beauty. And so I would love to hear from you. Please comment, share it with others, start this conversation. Let me know what is beautiful to you. What does beauty mean to you? Um, yeah, I would absolutely love to hear that. What is beauty? Let's start talking about it. Um, and get that conversation going, get that change going. That would be awesome to see. What if we saw, in our lifetime, a complete change of what the idea of beauty is? That would be so amazing. So let's do it. Let's take that first step together. Comment, let me know what you think. I look forward to hearing from you. Other than that, I'll be back to talk with you soon. And until then, as always, Hada.